1900 PST, man. Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. I am very excited. We should have information here on the Twitter. Let me just reset. I'm expecting Loki, but it could also be Shamrock and Ganko. No one's expecting Gaban to be the first one. Let's see what happens, bro. Holy Knights. Oh my goodness, there's no way, bro. Why them first? Let me just play this. Yo. A dual legend, maybe? No, separate legends. Nice. What is the type and class gonna be like? Yo. Cerberus. Oh, this guy's strength, isn't he? He's gonna be strength cerebral. Hey, he's gonna be a striker, isn't he? Cerebral striker. 18th of July, 1900 PST. Bro, what is that outro anyways? The 16th of July, bro. No, 18th. So, yeah, Saturday, the Sugo Fest will go live, or Sunday, I think. Yeah, for me, it's going live on Sunday morning, but for most people in like America, it's gonna be Saturday evening, right? So this is fire, bro. Let's see what their abilities are. And they definitely, yeah, they have released it. Oh, this artwork looks so good, bro. They did such a good job with this, man. On the website here, you can scroll all the way down. It should give the actual English translations without needing to like use Google Translator, right? Yeah, here we are. Nice. Okay. So, what types? String cerebral powerhouse. Okay, wow. That's what I was expecting Loki to be. A string cerebral powerhouse. That's a massive flip. Okay. Interesting, man. Interesting. What is his like PvP stuff, PvE stuff looking like? Right, so he is a Super Tandem boost character, and he seems like he has damage limit break class. I'm assuming that's for cerebral. I think he will synergize with Shanks then. I mean, wow, that looks so sick, man. Saint Shamrock, commander of the Holy Knights. And he does have EX Super. His CD is quite high at 20 turns. He is a 99 cost unit, not a 70 cost unit. So that's quite interesting. He can evade bind as a sailor, similar to New Year's Kuma. His rumble stuff. He has pretty balanced defense and speed, nothing too crazy there. He is an attack style unit, so he should be a DPS character. He is evading special bind and half stats. Wow, that's really powerful. Okay, now what about his actual like captain ability and special? Let's see. So his special at level 6, Cerberus Scramble, ignores all defensive effects and reduces one enemy's HP by 25%. Will this go through? It might go through NAO. But remember, there is the enemy HP percent reduction cancelled defensive effects. So even if it went through NAO, this wouldn't be that crazy. But still, great HP cut. Reduces all enemies' threshold by 15 turns. And if he's the captain or friend captain, then it changes cerebral orbs, block, recovery, and strength into super strength. Now remember how super slots work. This the strength of the slot is based on how many characters match the type. So if you're running a full team of strength characters, we don't know the exact multipliers, but I'm assuming it's going up to like 3.5x or something like that. I believe that having one character just matching the type would give you a 3x, and then it would go from 3x to 3.5x. But it could also range from 2.5x to 3x. We're not 100% sure. Regardless, we know these slots are busted. They are really powerful. So amazing that he's providing such a great orb manip for that, right? And then if you have both a cerebral and strength territory, or if you have Terry Crews, then he will give a chain a multiplicative buff of 3x. That's the highest we've seen in the game. That's the highest we've seen in the game, bro. And then otherwise, he'll give you a 1.75x. But if you do meet this requirement, this will be multiple stages, 3 turns. Okay, so this is the same requirement that Shanks has. So he's definitely meant to synergize with the Shanks. I don't know how I feel about that, but amazing ability so far. Very unique. And then strength and cerebral powerhouse characters get a all boost of up to 4x based on the action special outcomes. So pretty nice. It is a 3-turn all boost once again. So having 3-turn buffs is always nice. And then he will apply a territory cerebral to the field. Remember, this does not count towards this effect here. If you don't have a cerebral territory, he'll put it up. And this is for 3 turns, remember, so that's extremely powerful. Remember, territories carry over between the stages, and if you apply a territory, you can remove enemy territories as well, which is extremely powerful, because enemy territories, the main problem is that it reduces your damage by like 66% from what I know. So having a territory of your own to kind of replace the enemy's territory is very important. Like, I've grown more respect for these characters that provide a territory effect to the field. And Cerebral's great. I mean, I think Shanks is providing a strength one. Let me just see here. Database is always good to have open. Yes, he is going to apply a strength territory. But for Shanks is a bit strange here because he first applies the territory, then he has the condition. So I'm not 100% sure about how it works for Shanks, but regardless, very powerful special, very akin to like the 12th any characters with the super slots, the territory stuff, 2 buffs, and then also a territory themselves. Very interesting, right? And then his captain ability, World Noble Landing on Albath, activates an effect at start of the quest that boosts the color affinity of your strength and cerebral powerhouse characters by 3.25x for 7 turns. So 7 turns, this is actually a really good number. We have characters that give 5 turns. The best example is Usopp and Lilith, as well as Nami and Sanji. These characters only give you a 5-turn buff at the start of the quest. For Usopp and Lilith, that can either be I think, a chain boundary, or a what else does they provide? An attack boost, right? So depending on which form you're starting, you get either an attack boost or a chain boundary for 5 turns. 5 turns though is just not good enough, because at the end of the day, we have PKA. We don't have everything as 3-stage content. In 3-stage content, it's fine to apply a 5-turn buff, because by the time you reach the final stage, you'll still have that buff active. But for PKA, nope, it'll be gone, man. So having a 7 turns here for the extra 2 stages that PKA has is very important. Very cool detail. And this is a pretty powerful multiplier. And remember, it's buffing a type and 2 classes. They don't have to have both of these classes, by the way, just one of them is fine. And then also allows overhealing for 7 turns. So this is great for characters like V2 Saturn. He's also a strength cerebral unit, so there's synergy there. Saint Saturn, this guy, his EX super requires you to have a I believe overfull, yeah, HP overfull buff, so that's great. And this will allow you to get cooldown, advantageous class buff, super strength, and super driven. Very powerful. But I think a lot of other characters also have this requirement where they say, okay, do this extremely hard requirement to activate the EX super, or just get an HP overfull buff. So this is really always nice to have. And remember, we have so many more damage or HP reducing effects nowadays. We have bleed, pain, instant burn is almost on every single piece of content. Enemies HP cutting out of the wazoo. So having 2 times your HP is extremely powerful, right? So I'm glad that at least one of these characters has HP overfull mechanic, right? And then also reduces the cooldowns versus effect gauge and switch effect uses by 2 for cerebral and powerhouse. So not for strength is a bit annoying. Yeah, I mean, Why not strength as well? But okay. Pretty powerful effect regardless. And then cerebral and powerhouse characters also get a 6x attack boost. And then if field has cerebral class territory, then gives a 1.1x attack increase for cerebral characters. If you have a powerhouse territory, a 1.1x for powerhouse characters. And then if you have a field for a territory for strength characters 1.1x. So let me actually like pull up the calculator, bro. Let's pull up the calculator. So he's a base 6x, and he's going to go up by 1.1x times 1.1x. Remember, a character has to be strength, cerebral, and powerhouse, and you need to have all three territories active at the same time to get this multiplier. That's, of course, not the highest. There's more added. Win 3 or more world government, holy knights, celestial dragons, and all 5 elders on the crew, and he is a captain. A friend captain does not count. And you perform excellent with his action special, gives a further 1.2x increase for cerebral and powerhouse. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a bit weird that his color affinity is applying to strength and these classes, whereas the actual attack boost is only to cerebral and powerhouse. It is what it is, but yeah, I would have liked if he also boosted strength, but cerebral powerhouse is still not a bad class combination to boost, right? So let me multiply this by 1.2x, and then we can see his final captain multiplier possible. 9.6x attack boosting captain at max potential. At most situations, you're going to be like, let me see here, 6x times 1.2x from the action special, and then you might have one territory active, and that's still 8x. Like, this is quite easy to get, and it's like insane multipliers, bro. 2 territories, even then it's pretty realistic. 3 territories, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, definitely we're getting even higher damage now. Insane, man. And then, of course, he gives the world government, holy knights, and celestial dragons, as well as 5 elders, a 5 to CD reduction. I'm really happy he's giving world government as well. So this will help characters like Lucci, who aren't really a part of the celestial dragons, but still a part of the world government. But I'm pretty sure V2 Satin here, he only gives cooldown as a captain to 5 elders and celestial dragons by 8, and then only a small cooldown to strength driven cerebral. World government not being included here does suck, but for Figland, having world government there as well definitely improves the horizons, right? Although a lot of this kind of overlaps, like everyone who is a celestial dragon always has world government tag. Same with the holy knights and the 5 elders. So at the end of the day, you could have just said, yeah, world government, and it'll encompass everything. But I guess it doesn't really matter, right? He evades binding paralysis. Okay, pretty nice. But he's not reducing any of that in his special, which is a bit strange. What about his EX Super? So you need 2 characters besides himself. Double characters do count as one, so it's not a New Year's Kuma situation where this line is omitted, and Nika, Bonnie, and Luffy fulfilled both of these requirements. But yeah, not this time, right? So we have Emu, Saintus, Ganko, all of the elders, and all the celestial dragons except Doflamingo. Oh my days, bruh. Okay, so changes strength characters to super strength, so that's in a 1.2x attack boost if you have color affinity. And then cerebral characters also have super cerebral. Oh wait, sorry, I just fact checked my information. And so cerebral territory, it gives, oh not territory, super class, it gives cerebral characters an extra 1.2x damage flat, just passively. Whereas super type, it gives, I think, 1.3x increase in damage, but only if you have type advantage. So this is great for increasing your damage with type advantage, but it also improves the damage lost when you attack with type disadvantage, so it makes it less of a damage reduction. So that's why these are so good. And then heals crew by 30,000, ignores immunity to status effects, and applies weakened status to all enemies for 2 turns. So that's perfect for the super boss 2-turn burst, because remember, we have the damage cap. Yes, we have damage limit break, but at the end of the day, your damage is still much easier to burst over 2 turns. It's great, right? And I like that he's healing HP as well to go alongside his overheal in his special. So this goes alongside this overheal in the captain ability. Remember, this is an effect from the captain ability that activates at the start of the quest. Extremely powerful. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm extremely impressed so far. I mean, he's providing the insane multipliers, the cooldown, while also providing utility in both of these forms. Well, I guess the color affinity is more damage orientated, but yeah, both of these are extremely helpful for the quest, and they are activating at the start. They will last until the end of the quest, so long as you're not facing long form content, right? Like training forests. And he does have super tandem boost, but we'll get into that in a moment. Applying weaken status through immunities is so perfect. Remember, 12th any Shanks, he's providing increased damage taken. Oh, sorry, he's providing a conditional boost for increased damage taken, which I'm pretty sure is fulfilled by Beckman and Yasup. They provide the increased damage taken. But then this guy is going to give weaken status now to go alongside with that, which is quite powerful. I like this. He's reducing threshold in his special. He has the captain ability for overheal. He's healing, so he's countering a lot of the defensive or the debuffs that will allow you to die from HP reduction by allowing you to overheal, healing himself. He's getting around threshold. He's giving you very powerful orb manipulation for block slots. I don't like how he's changing recovery into super strength as well, because sometimes you do need those recovery slots to get around hunger stacks or just to simply heal your HP. But he is providing a cerebral territory as well, which stacks with Shanks' strength territory. I mean, this unit's looking good. He's boosting world government CD as well by quite a large margin. He's still buffing cerebral and powerhouse gauges and charge times, even if they don't have one of those tags. And remember, if they have both cerebral powerhouse and one of these tags, they get 7 turns of cooldown. So let's take a look at his Super Tandem boost ability then. So remember, Super Tandem boost is a universal attack boost that procs the second a eligible character activates their Super Tandem effect. And this can really be powerful when it's stacked up. So, activation requirement when activating Super Tandem with a World Government, Holy Knights, Celestial Dragon, 5 Elder, and or 4 Emperor character. Interesting. So there is definitely synergy there with Shanks. At level 1, it will give those aforementioned tags, as well as Albaf Arc and Egghead Arc characters boost level by 1 for 1 turn. So there's definitely the, instead of having a very high boost level, he's essentially providing it to almost every character now in modern day. Everyone's either an Albaf Arc or Egghead Arc. It's amazing. Now, I'm not 100% sure. No. Even if a character has 2 of these tags, they still only get a boost level of 1. That's not how it works, right? If you are someone who's very meticulous about how this works and knows if I'm correct or wrong, tell me down below. But from my current understanding, even if a character has multiple of these tags, they still only get boost level of 1. But when you do get him to maxed, it's a boost level of 7 to World Government, Holy Knights, and Celestial Dragons, and then a boost level of 5 to these tags here. Now, what about his PvP stuff? This is what I'm interested in. There is a support ability here for strength units that are Celestial Dragons and Holy Knights. So most of the time, it's just going to be V2 Strength Saturn who gets benefit from this. And of course, New Ganko, I'm assuming, is also Strength. So once per quest, when you use this supported character special, gives a color affinity of 2.25x for a turn for Holy Knights and Celestial Dragons. That is really powerful. A very powerful color affinity. Nice. Now, what about his Rumble stuff? This is what everyone wants to know, man. It's what everyone wants to know, bro. So at level 10, 35 CT. That is extremely high. I think it's almost the exact same CD as... I'm not sure if it's the same as Beckman Yasup's. I think it's a bit quicker than that. I think it's a bit slower than Shanks, but a bit faster than Beckman and Yasup. Somewhere in between there. Target strength, powerhouse, and world government teammates for attack up of level 5 for 20 seconds and a special CT speed up of level 3 for 20 seconds. So a few things to note here. So he's not boosting cerebral as a PvP unit. Only strengths, powerhouse, and world government. So he's going to go into that already busted world government team very interesting with Emu, the dual elders, Stussy versus Lucci, all these characters. Attack up level 5, not bad. I think it's about a 375 attack up because it's 75 attack up per level. For level 5 for 20 seconds, okay? And then special CT speed up, it essentially reduces the character's CT charge time by 6%, I believe, 6% or 9%. So that definitely makes an impact for 20 seconds. And then world government teammates, 100% chance to evade CT delay. What the hell, man? What the hell, man? I remember this is gonna help you not have to deal with Emu's constant delaying in his passive. So it seems like the world government team with Shamrock is now gonna counter Emu. So it's gonna be another situation of Emu countering Emu, but I think even without your own Emu on a world government team, this could be a viable counter. Yeah, because we have that constant, remember, constant CT delay from Emu when he lands a hit, when he's taking damage, when he's healing. It's so annoying, man. So having that CT delay evasion is honestly the best nowadays for passives because of how many different passives we have now that just constantly delaying. We now have Lafitte, we have Shanks, we have Emu, all these characters, bro. They want to delay in the passives, but also for specials. All these characters that rely on CT delay as their main thing, like Usopp and Lilith, they're gonna suffer from this, right? And this is 20 seconds buff as well. Remember, it is only to world government, so if you are running Shamrock on a strength or powerhouse centric team, you won't get this. You need to focus on world government, man. I mean, there's no reason not to. When your remaining time is 50 seconds or less, so the latter half of the battle, all enemies will get defense down of level 8 for 20 seconds. That is massive. Defense down level 8 is incredibly substantial, unbelievably so. It's really powerful, man. So if a character has, for instance, a 163 defense stat like my boy Shamrock here, if he gets defense down, he can have that reduced down to 0, which means he'll take 100% of the damage dealt to him, even like normal kinds of damage, right? So having level 8 defense down is crazy because, I mean, if you're able to give in enough defense down to the enemy, any damage will kill them so easily. And level 8 is quite substantial as well, I believe. Yeah, it's 25 defense per level, right? So having level 8 is essentially 200 in decrease in enemy defense. So if, like, for instance, Shamrock's team didn't give any defense to him, that would already get him to 0 defense. That's just how powerful this is. Of course, we have insane defense with a lot of the teams nowadays. We're reaching like level 20 defense up, even considering debuffs. But still, it's a massive help in Rumble, right? But remember, that's only in the latter half of the battle. So if he activates in the first 40 seconds, you're not going to get the defense down. When 5 or more world government and or Albaf are characters on the team, targets enemies with a shield for 4,000 damage and targets all enemies for HP 20% reduction. So he's doing 4,000 damage. This is enough to destroy a level 8 shield, which is super uncommon. It's usually less than level 8. So he's first doing enough fixed damage to completely annihilate almost any shield in the game. And then he does the massive HP cut. So that is quite important. He's first breaking down the enemy's defense and then doing an HP cut, which is quite substantial. We don't have a lot of characters doing HP cuts nowadays that are newly released. So this is really fun to see. 20% is nothing to scoff at, man. And then one enemy with high CT gets 6x damage. This is regular damage. But I remember he's first giving defense down, then he's doing the regular damage. So he's great for that, right? So high CT, this is always going to be a character that you want to kill, right? And then one enemy with low HP for attack 6x damage. So you're going to clean up someone. And then you're also going to chip away at that DPS. Wow, okay. So he's not doing spread damage, but I think this is also just really insane. Because in total, he's doing 18x. It's essentially like spread damage, but not really. It's very weird, right? Either way, it's powerful, that's for sure. I remember he's also providing attack up buffs. So attacking up himself, defense downing the enemy, and then doing this massive damage after the HP cut as well. Because if he's doing the damage first and then the HP cut, you're not doing as much damage. But first HP cut, all the buffing, debuffing, and then the damage. And then when you're in the latter 30 seconds of the battle, then it targets all enemies for 12x spray damage. So he's still doing spray damage on top of that. He's an insane DPS, bro. Wow, okay. Unbelievable, man. Wow. So 18x plus 12x, he's essentially doing 30x damage in his special. After all of that. Attack up, defense down, HP cuts, after breaking down the shield. Wow, okay. I really hope he has a lot of defense down in his passive as well, but we'll see here. Target strength type, powerhouse, and world government teammates for HP up, attack up. And then world government teammates get HP up and speed up of level 7. So, I mean, he's definitely seeming like you want to like stick to the world government stuff. Yes, you can still run with strength or run with powerhouse, but you're not getting this HP up of level 5, which is 1250 HP. Speed up of level 7. This is always going to be a major buff to have. That is 35 speed stat, which is always going to be a powerful ability. But also in the special, you're like even this, like, this is a massive buff. Not having that is just really sucks, man. You could still run him. I still feel like he'll have massive value, but having that CT delay evasion, these massive buffs, it is quite substantial, man, I must say. And remember, these world government characters who also are strength, well, never mind. Both world governments are getting both of these buffs. Level 12 HP up, level 7 speed up, and level 7 attack up. And then when he does damage, he gives himself a level 1 attack up to 15 times. So if that stacks all the way up, he's going to have level 15 attack up plus this level 7. So that's a total of level 22 plus another, where is it? Level 5 here. So that's a total of level 27 attack up from himself alone, bro. That is unbelievable. Let me pull up the calc. Let's see what he's doing. I remember there's going to be other characters giving him attack up as well. So level 27. Oh my goodness, bro. Times 125. That's an extra 3,375 attack up. That is insane, bro. That's more than his base attack is here. Of course, this is level 99. No sockets. No limit break expansions, but wow, okay. Still insane. And I don't think this is what the Rumble key either. I mean, yeah, he's gonna be the best character in the game when it comes to regular damage. I mean, I fully believe that. I think I would have preferred it if he was leaning more towards defense down than attack up, since defense down makes much more of an impact than attack up. But regardless, I mean, he's still doing so much attack up, it will 100% make a difference, right? And he is giving himself a level 7 special CT speed up buff for the first 50 seconds of the battle. Bro, that's like 21% when he himself is quite a high CT character. 21%, bro. Let me pull up the calculator. 0.21 times 35 minus 7. I didn't do that. Like, that buff alone is giving a 7 to 8 second reduction of Shamrock CT. And remember, his specials also applying further CT speed up buffs. So after he has his first special, his second one will charge even quicker. Okay. This is looking really solid. And then win 5 or more world government and or Alba Fox on the team, targets the entire team for another level 3 special CT speed up. So a total of level 10 to himself. Unbelievable, man. Really powerful. And GP stuff, after the first 60 seconds of battle, then when you use the GP burst in the last 40 seconds of the battle. So remember, just because this takes 60 seconds to charge, it doesn't always mean you're using it in the final 40 seconds. You could carry this over into the next GP match, right? But when you do use the burst in the final 40 seconds, oh wait, no. In the first 60 seconds, my bad. It's super early in the morning, my bad. So in the first 60 seconds of the battle, he will give a 30% HP cut. And then all enemies for a 12x base Shamrock's attack as spread damage to the enemies. Okay. So he's first doing the massive HP cut, then the spread damage. And then if you activate it in the final 70 seconds of the battle, then another 15x. Oh my goodness. This is going to be very important. Like, you'll be able to tell who's actually reading the kits by how they use the GP burst here, because it's a very short window between 60 seconds and 70 seconds. You need to use the special, and then you will get spread damage here and the spread damage. And then if you do it in the last 40 seconds, then you get 18x spread damage. So this is way weaker, because if you do it in the last 40 seconds, you only get this 18x. But if you do it in the range between 60 and 70 seconds, you will get this 15x and this 12x. Wow, okay. This might be the most damage we've ever seen in a GP burst. It's not going through defense. It's not anything too crazy like that, but the multipliers, the massive HP cut first. I mean, a 30% HP cut. And then essentially 27x spread damage if you activate it in the right 10 seconds. Oh my goodness, bro. What about the leader, though? This is very important. Strength, Quick, and World Government get HP up, Speed up of level 6, and a Defense up of level 4. I mean, those are kind of the three most important buffs or stats to buff, in my opinion. This is really powerful. Awesome stuff here. Great tankiness, also great speed. And then Powerhouse Cerebral characters get attack up, blow away percent up of level 6. So remember, this is amazing for Bartolomeo. Unfortunately, Bart is a Dex unit, so there's not really good synergy there, actually, now that I think about it again. But remember, blow away is just knocking back the enemy at a 5% chance, being increased up to a 35% chance thanks to this buff. Attack up level 6 is essentially going to be about 700 to 800 attack up, and then special CT speed up of level 3 as well, bro. Unbelievable. The amount of CT speed up reduction from what's his face, Shamrock, is unbelievable, bro. And then another level 5 CT speed up in the first 40 seconds of battle for the Powerhouse and Cerebral characters. So let me just, like, from Shamrock alone as a GP leader, how much CT speed up is he giving to himself at least? So there's level 5 here, level 3 here, there's a total of level 8. Good, level 8. Then the passive is giving level 3, so that's a total of level 11, plus 7 to himself, that's level 18. Level 18 in the first moments of the battle, after the first special, you will get more CT reduction from the special CT speed up buff here. But for now, we're dealing with level 18. Let me see what this is gonna be. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. In GP, if you're running Shamrock as the leader, his cooldown will be reduced, or charge time, whatever you want to call it, cooldown, charge time, whatever. 19 seconds of it is reduced, so he's gonna become essentially a 16 CT character in the first moments of the battle. And then he's going to become even faster after the first activation, because he's giving himself that CT speed up buff as well. And none of those other buffs are going away either. Bro. And he's giving all these buffs to, like, the likes of what's his face? Beckman and Yasop, Emu, Shanks. These characters are also getting the special CT speed up. Oh my goodness, bro. Danko's a separate video, bro. This one's going on for too long already. My first impressions, PvE, I'm impressed. The captain ability is extremely powerful. It's like they took the 12th Annie units and added extra effects in the captain ability to give like a 7-turn color affinity, 7-turn overheal right at the start of the quest. And also, there's a lot of characters that really want you to have overheal HP to work, but I mean, that's a side note. His specials getting around threshold, providing a weakened status with the EX Super. The Super Tandem boost is boosting almost every character from Modern Treasure Cruise. I mean, this requirement is kind of difficult, but remember, he can be activated as a crewmate. He's healing as well. He's giving super type and super class. Incredible support ability. And when it comes to his rumble stuff, the amount of special CT speed up and attack up and damage from his special, as well as evasion to special CT delay. I think he's a beast. He's a very unique beast at that as well. There's not a lot of characters who are giving themselves that much attack up and then proceeding to do massive HP cuts, massive spread damage, and regular damage, targeting specific enemies. And he himself has evasion to half stats, so he's going to be tanky as hell. He's going to be doing a lot of damage as well, because if the enemy inflicts you with half stats, you could like completely ruin Shamrock's attack buff and have him do basically no damage from his special. And also, he could be extremely vulnerable when he has half stats, but luckily he has evasion to it. I mean, this unit's busted, bro. I really enjoy this character's design. I like his focus on HP cutting, then doing regular damage. But even though it's just regular damage, it's good because he's giving himself dozens of levels of attack up. He's defense downing the enemy. He's giving himself special CT speed up reduction as well as the allies. And his GP stuff is very meticulous in the sense that if you know when to activate the burst in that exact 10 seconds of the battle, it'll be a massive payoff. So people who read have a massive payoff. It's awesome, right? But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think this guy's amazing. Stay tuned for the Gunko review, or first impression, should I say. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.